Let's talk about the most profound quote from any psychologist regarding psychology. Obviously, this is opinion, but currently my favorite, and it's from Jung. And the quote is, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." I think I nailed it. Until you make the unconscious conscious, yes, it will direct your life and you'll call it fate, i.e., that quote is, about the shadow. And I guess I'm gonna piss people off if they're big into psychology. This is just, this is me on my YouTube channel doing what I do. So, but I'm gonna do the best I can. And from my understanding, he got a lot from Nietzsche and a lot of, his, I don't know, I love both of them, like the nihilistic, kind of like anti-religion side of Nietzsche, and then like Jung is like, he's like the best. I don't know. And that quote to me is just like, it's like, again, it's talking about the shadow and integrating it, right? And I don't know. I think this is why I think it's the most profound, because if when you think about it, just again, these are just hypotheticals, and just like this is like, what do you call it? Brain, like thought experiments. This is mainly a thought experiment video regarding this term, and just kind of spitballing as I do on my channel. But so why I think it's so profound is, you know, I'm gonna I'm gonna say a lot of questions here, and just again thought experiments. But like, so in theory, what does life look like for one who has not integrated their shadow, for one who has not made the unconscious conscious? What does that mean, making the unconscious conscious? Well, it means healing, by and large, to me, um, at the extremes. It's not ones and zeros, but I think we all have a shadow. That was his theory, and some are more hidden. Some are more, need more light to illuminate than others to bring out the shadow. We all have a, there's always a shadow being cast by that light, and it's like Peter Pan. It's following you around, and again, the trauma. So again, the extremes. If you have, let's say, trauma that, let's talk about narcissism. That's a lot of what my channel is, right? I just had this conversation with my therapist, and we went on a thing about it, and it's odd. It's coming up everywhere. I just ran into a buddy in a rough spot, and he was talking about, he's a smart guy, and he was talking about the spectrum, and we're arguing narcissism trait, and he was talking about his narcissism. We both were narcissists for sure. My therapist doesn't believe me. I'm like, I was a narcissist. Like, I don't. I think, like, to a degree, right? If it's true that NPD is incurable, then I didn't have that. That, for the sake of argument, we're going to go with that. And that was kind of the argument I had with both parties. And having said that, let's talk about narcissism. Like, if you have, for the sake of argument, not trait narcissism, or not NPD, not, lifelong. It becomes a paradox talking about that, though, because then how do you know? You can't. This is the beauty of life. You can't see the future, and you can't go back. It's always present, and that's kind of the point of this. Is until you integrate the shadow, until you make the subconscious conscious, it will direct your life, right? And that's factual truth, and you'll call it fate. I love that quote. There's so much in there to draw from, because it's so hopeful. Because like a narcissist, let's say that, you know until you heal, there's anxiety, there's all kinds of cope, there's all kinds of pain, and to the degree that you have not healed, you obviously don't have a true self, right? So both pragmatically, both like like how it works out, right? Like you're going to blame. That's what it is. That like essentially you're not going to ever look inward. You can't look at yourself. That's just for the sake of argument. That personality disorder in particular cannot look at oneself. So you will project onto everyone else, i.e., everyone else is doing this. This is my fate, and it creates a like it's a path of blaming and the notion of you will call it fate is like, to me, I hear that I go, I blame people for where I am in my life, i.e., you weren't your true self. You didn't experience whatever. I'll fuck. This is what I'd be like. I don't really care. Like, I don't want to have to preface this, but like God's plan, like the real plan, the real you at your best. You know, it's almost like it's crazy, man. I just can't unsee this shit. It's like I've never believed in a higher power more in my life. It's unbelievable. It's like, yeah, and I can't help but just like make that about my channel, like, because it's like, in fact, I have to like preface shit with stuff. That's just the proof is in the pudding. Anyway, so it's so profound. And another thought experiment was, what does life look like? What does the world look like if everyone integrated their shadow? If everyone just, if you could picture a world where everyone healed, where everyone made the unconscious conscious. Isn't that kind of like what it's all about? And in theory, if being unhealed and externalizing blame and externalizing pain and externalizing validation and all these things that are an individual who has not become whole is, again, being directed by something other than God's plan, other than being directed. It's something other than what is the best version, i.e., inevitably that person hurts people, inevitably that person makes things and energy flow unoptimally, suboptimally. So, freaking human mind is so incredible. So, until you make the unconscious conscious, will direct your life. You'll call it fate. Fucking profound. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I kind of at a loss for words. Yeah. So, what does that look like if everyone integrated their shadow? I.e., that's like, to me, is a faster way of saying, the unconscious quote. And yeah, I love that quote. I don't know. I guess I had more. I thought I had more to say about this topic. But yeah, I'm not gonna make video. I'm gonna try not to just ramble if I have absolutely nothing to say. So I guess we'll end the video here. Thought I would be able to go on a little rant about that, but yeah, Carl Jung. Let me know what you guys think below about that. Do you believe in fate? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in yeah, what do you think about that quote? What does it mean to you? And yeah. am I thinking too much about this stuff? I don't know. Have a good one, guys. Hopefully this video did something for you. I don't know. But yeah, Carl Jung, freaking brilliant. Hope everyone's doing well and on a good path. And yeah, I hope everyone can heal eventually. But that's the whole mystery, right? That's the mystery. Is like, why and when does someone heal? Who decides that? I don't know. Is it really the individual? I don't know. Is there something bigger out there that decides? I don't know. I think there is. I think there's something out there that is in charge, but not in an authoritarian way, just in a way that is. It's pretty crazy. So, yeah. Hope everyone's doing well. Have a good day.